that multi-stream going. That way, once we jump into the games, we are truly able to fully immerse ourselves fully and properly. Cricket says, just finished some D&D. That's awesome, man. Hope it went well. I know you were saying that you had a session the other... Right, like, well, maybe it was last week. I remember you saying you had a session recently that was fun, and that your players were getting into some hijinks. Trying to remember what the exact circumstances were where you were telling me about it through chat messages. But I've seen recall there's one, I want to say less than a week ago. I know that it's too much foreplay, Cthulhu. Too much foreplay. Free play, foreplay. It's these all continue to like swirl around the toilet that is the toilet swirl motion that is the inevitable jokes to make at the expense of this game's unfortunate title. Now, you know, for all like the funny pee-pee poo-poo shenanigans about this game and its funny title, again, this game is apparently quite the landmark game. The fact that it was a significant inspiration for Undertale and other like indie game enjoyers have lauded this game over the years as being like a kind of a hidden gem. It's one of those games where that's one of those games where it's kind of it's amassed a cult following over the years. So I'm glad I get to play it finally. And shout outs to PR. What was that? I think it was Pirate PR. Pirate PR was how I got my review key for this game. As this game came out on Steam, I want to say less than a week ago, so it's still pretty fresh. All right, friends. Off begins now. We're going to start off. Again, no guarantees we're going to beat off. We're going to start off. And we're going to have a good time. This game apparently is quite strange and quite creative. Very weird. But I love some good weird shit. Let's do some new game action. I'm excited. Mortis Ghost is the developer. And Fangamer, of course, handled the publication, or publishing, rather, of this kind of definitive edition of the game on Steam. Because, again, I think the game is like... I think there's like a freeware version of it online. You don't have to buy it. I think there's like, you can just play it maybe through the person's itch.io page. Not exactly sure, but it's been out for like 15 or so years in various forms. This is like the Steam Definitive Edition, blah, 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 that you can buy. That's what we're playing here right now. Certain scenes might be shocking to an unwarned public or not. Identify yourself. I'm Super Hobbit. That's right. That's my name. It's shocking. It is shocking to watch a man beat off. I'm going to try my best not to like stop every 3 seconds to add a new quote. I will fail. Probably. I will fail at not succumbing to the obvious enjoyable notions of adding funny quotes whenever a situation like that arises. Whenever the off-beating arises, it does rise. It does come up. Phrasing. That's my name. I'm a boy. Or we can rather not say. All right. Welcome. So, when they said the batter, I was like, wait, like cake batter? Like what kind of batter? No, I think they mean baseball batter, because the like key art for this game features very prominently a dude with a baseball bat. So we're on a mission. Make sure that's accomplished. No pressure. Okay. In Zone 0. I'm going to assume me and the batters who they're referring to. I'm sorry, man. I can't do it. We're looking for the judge. Okay. Is his first name Mike? Here we go, friends. I'm excited. Yo, what's up, Surreal Nexus? See this game rise again. We were just talking about things coming up and rising. Well, again, the fact that this game's been out for like 15 or so years, it's a game I'd always heard about kind of here and there, but I never had the wherewithal to play it for myself. But that changes today, my friends. It's exciting. Appreciate you popping in, by the way, Surreal. Hope you're doing well. To move my body. All right. In that case, we shall interact. I'm interacting. Yep. Cancel. Menu. The batter. Purifier, you say. Status. Competencies. Okay. So these are abilities, I presume. Analyze their characteristics. And metal attack. Effective against specters. Run with courage. Effective against most specters. Okay. Status. Level 1. All right. So we can eventually get more people added to our party, presumably. I am a baby batter. It's true. It's true. I'm a squishy little baby. Falling in some cake batter. It's true. I'm a savior, nicknamed Purifier. State pure. The worm is clean. Time to sin. Herald Bat is the offensive. Very good. What else we got? Items. No items. Nothing else to equip. Just good old Herald Bat. That's right. Oh, is there anything else? Options. Options. So if I needed to adjust things, I could. I felt so inclined. There's the quit option. Cool. All right. There's the escape option. Find the judge. Yep. All right. Well, we've pressed all the buttons. All the buttons that there are to press. We've done them. See, there we go. Not sure if this is sand we're surrounded by right now. Look for the judge. Zone 0. Oh my. I love what I'm seeing. So, of course, when this game was made, widescreen was probably not the default, or like the standard definition, quote unquote, was the standard. So 4:3 ratio. Rather than stretch out the image to be all stretchy and gross, we got the what's it called? The border art, I guess. The tiling, I guess, the tile art, the border art to kind of complete the picture here. No living beings, so I'm a figment of your imagination. All right, you got it. But I'll still introduce myself. I'm the judge. Aching to know your name. Illusory interlocutor. Interlocutor. Word. I'm the batter. Entrusted with a sacred mission because I'm so pure, you see. I do not address the body, the soul that it harbors. What is your name? That's me. He can't talk to us, but he's controlling me. That's right. And see and hear everything. I'm omnipotent. Or omniscient, rather. An imaginary specter. Delighted to make your acquaintance as well. Getting awfully familiar with my dear Super Hobbit. We need your help, though, Mr. Judge. Mr. The Judge. Everybody loves cats. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. We're gonna get to enjoy some cosplay, Cyril. It's something I would love to do again at some point. Let's see, what was the last time I did a cosplay? I guess I did a cosplay, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? We were playing the Wandering Village and I dressed as one of the villagers. Yeah, trying to think if we've had like any really funny ones. Well, I guess the really ridiculous one was when I played, you know what? Hold up. Do I still have it? Hold up. One sec. I got great news. So yeah, when we played, I'm not gonna wear it for the entirety of the stream, obviously, because it's kind of uncomfortable. But when we played Date Everything, we it was through Dare Drop, and there was a challenge that was do the whole stream dressed as one of the characters in the game, not one of the human characters, but like one of the objects, basically one of the objects in the game. So I took it upon myself. I'll go into webcam mode so you can see the full experience. I took it upon myself to very professionally cut out this, I took this waffle box, I cut out a circle, I put the little cover of a clock on the front. Can you guess what I am? Can you guess what I am? I'll give you a hint. I'm the washing machine. Or the dryer. You know what? All right. Another diatribe. Another deviation when I talk about the Japan trip. So in Japan, very frequently they will have combination washing machines and dryers. Instead of here where there's two separate devices, usually stacked on top of each other or side by side. There, it's all one device, and there's default settings to just have it wash and then dry without you having to switch it over manually. Pretty impressive, honestly. They're living in the future. But yeah, so I dressed as the washing machine, and the lore was that, whenever I drink water, I'm not drinking water, I'm drinking laundry detergent. So this isn't water, this is, okay, that's not true. It's also not water, and it's also not laundry detergent. It's apparently Funktube juice. Apparently it's Funktube, according to the label we have right now. But yeah, the lore when I was playing Date Everything is that whenever I take a drink, I was drinking laundry detergent. So here's some laundry detergent. And then what you do is once you're all got the detergent in there, you close up. There you go. Close the door. Make sure it latches. Make sure it closes properly. And then you go. Boop, 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 boop. Oh God! It opened. So that was what we had during the entirety, really the entirety of the Date Everything stream. We also had Blenda. Y'all remember Blenda? We had Blenda, who was the blender. Because that was the other thing. We had the Dare Drop challenge, which was dress as one of the characters. Then we had a challenge that was create a new character. And I looked it up. There were no blenders in the game. So I brought the blender from upstairs. I brought it downstairs. I borrowed one of my wife's bras with her permission, because I'm a classy gentleman. I borrowed one of her bras. I got some necklaces, some gloves, some lipstick. No, I did not put lipstick on the blender, but we dressed up the blender, called her Blenda, and we had her prominently featured on the webcam. So that was our most recent cosplay, like real cosplay experience. The Wandering Village cosplay was cool, but it took like 2 minutes to put together. The Date Everything stream, that took planning. That took some effort, and it was a great time. It was a good fucking time. Good fucking time, man. But yeah, Sir Will says going to conventions, that kind of thing. Nice. Yeah, I haven't been to a convention in a hot minute. I used to go to conventions all the time, partly as just an attendee, and later on into my like 20s and such, and like late 20s, I started going because I got more involved with Extra Life. That's the fundraising thing that's above my head right now. It's a fundraiser. It's a Children's Miracle Network fundraiser, like children's hospitals basically. It's a fundraiser that involves people who play games and people who stream, encourages them to like do fundraising for charity, that kind of thing. And I was involved in like the local chapter. I live in St. Louis, Missouri, and Extra Life has these city-specific guilds where it's like it encourages people to sign up. You go to conventions, try to tell people about the fundraising, point them to the website, show them how to sign up, that kind of thing. So I would go to conventions because that's a great place to find nerdy people, right? I would go to conventions and try to like be present for those kinds of things, because I was actually the president of the St. Louis chapter in its inaugural term for about 2.5 years or so, because we arbitrarily decided that 2 years was the term, was the length of a term. So anyway, so I have been to a number of conventions, but haven't been to one in a hot minute. The helmet stays on during sex. No, it's not a helmet. It's a dishwasher. It's a washing machine embodiment experience. And yeah, the fucking combination washing machine dryer. The one downside is that like it washed the one in our first Airbnb, it washed pretty well, but it didn't always dry perfectly. So to be honest, having separate devices probably is better long term, because it probably is more reliable. But still, just the convenience of having it just when it finishes washing, it just goes right into drying mode was pretty sweet. It worked pretty well, all things considered. And in both the Airbnbs we stayed, that was the standard. So I think that's like more or less just kind of how it is over there, which is pretty incredible. So Cthulhu Tentacles had one once, but they break too easily. I wonder about that too, like how there's a lot more moving, well, maybe not moving parts, but a lot of like extra parts kind of going in there, and if one thing goes wrong, it's that much more complicated to fix it. So yeah, I almost wonder if maybe the separated modularity of having two separate devices might maybe be a little bit nicer, but just the novelty of getting to experience it when we were overseas was actually pretty sick. Was pretty sick. Yeah, planning in advance what to do for Halloween, I got you. Yeah, but the guilds though, yeah. So I think most major cities in North America have them. It's just like a chapter, you know, like there's various other nonprofits and fundraisers for charity. They have like city or maybe statewide chapters. So yeah, they call them the Extra Life Guilds, and I was the president for the Extra Life Guild for St. Louis. But yeah, there's one in Chicago, there's one in Kansas City, there's a few in New York, you know, California's got a bunch, so they're kind of scattered throughout North America. There's a few in Canada, I think. So yeah, for anybody who likes the the kind of thing I was talking about, like the idea of doing fundraising in a live stream format, you don't have to stream. Like there's other ways to do it, but the most common way for a lot of people is to do live streams. If you like the Extra Life stuff and you like the live stream charities and you want to get more involved at a local level and you want to do kind of what I was describing, go to conventions and try to talk to people, show them how to sign up, tell them about Extra Life, that kind of thing. Certainly, if you're somewhat near a major city, odds are there probably is a guild for that city, because it's like the list is pretty expansive. I don't know if they've added any new ones in a while, admittedly, because as you can imagine, when the pandemic rolled around, it kind of like put the kibosh on that momentum. But still, a lot of those guilds are still at least somewhat active. The St. Louis one is somewhat active. It unfortunately the Discord's kind of quiet, but like there's still stuff happening behind the scenes, so it is out there for those who'd be so inclined. Yeah, in fact, I think if I do this, Extra Life guild list. Yeah, here's the official guild directory. Oh, well, it says it's the official directory. I actually don't know. Oh, they say join the Discords. Okay, well, I'll still post that picture. I was hoping when it said official guild directory, I was like, oh, perfect. And then it doesn't actually show them here, but they do say join the Extra Life Discord, and then like go from there, which I guess is fair. Yeah. So maybe they don't have like as comprehensive of a list. I don't know. Maybe they've like done less focus on the guilds from like from the top level. Anyway. But get back to the games. But yeah, that's something I do enjoy talking about. I of course spend a decent bit of time every year trying to do more fundraising for the Extra Life stuff. You can see I got the thing above my head, the little ticker that's above my head. We're only a few months out from November, and November is when I usually do my big Extra Life marathon streams where I try to do a lot of fundraising. Of course, the fundraising goes all year long. It's not just related or just relegated to, one time of the year. But November is where a lot of people focus on their fundraising, because that's when the Extra Life game day occurs, 24-hour period where people do lots of fundraising. So it's like, I'm trying to be aware of these things, and since we're only a few months away from November, I need to start planning. Need to start planning for it. Need to start getting some games lined up, because it'll be here before we know it. Hospital you went to go. Well, there you go, sir. Well, yeah, if you have a personal connection, that's kind of why I signed up, because yeah, I remember as a kid going to St. Louis Children's a couple times, St. Louis Children's Hospital. I have a couple family members that had kids that for whatever reason had to go to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, which is also in St. Louis. So we have a couple of Children's Miracle Network hospitals here in St. Louis. But yeah, they're all over the place. And the nice thing about Extra Life, if I can do a quick little diatribe about this, the nice thing about Extra Life is that 100% of what gets raised through Extra Life gets funneled directly to Children's Miracle Network, because Extra Life is just a fundraiser. It's not like Extra Life has like a CEO or anything. It's like it's not like there's like extra overhead. It's all just directly tied in with CMN. CMN, of course, does take some administrative overhead, inevitably, because that's how nonprofits work. But they have been reviewed to high regards by like institutions that do these kinds of like check-ins and like watchdog groups to make sure that nonprofits are doing what they say they're doing. So Children's Miracle Network is always rated highly, and the fact that Extra Life is just a fundraiser for it means that yeah, like I don't take a cut of the donations. Nobody Extra Life does. It's all just flowing right to the nice folks over at Children's Miracle Network that are working hard to help out them sick and injured children, because that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so that's my little deviation. I do enjoy talking about these things, and when you're a streamer, you just enjoy talking. That's just how it is. That's early. Well, I mean, either you enjoy talking or you don't enjoy talking, and and maybe you don't enjoy streaming. But if you were a streamer who enjoys streaming, you probably like talking. So yeah, something I enjoy doing. But anyway, let's get back to the games. But I appreciate getting to talk shop, Cyril. It is fun. And can continue talking about it, obviously, but I'll keep the game running kind of in the meantime. Why are we rubbing ourselves against our legs? Oh, because he said that everyone loves cats. Everyone loves cats. And yes, rubbing against the legs, purring in an insistent manner. They're not wrong. That is how our cat handles themselves. Oh, helps if I click in the game. There we go. So I don't need that kind of help. What sort of service could I offer? An ectoplasmic entity. That's me. I'm a ghost, apparently. A spectral entity. Sacred mission. I must purify the world. Well, that's pretty cool. I will serve as your guide to this place, if I can be of assistance. All right, that was easy. All right, so we'll see him again, I'm sure. We can go inside there. But first, a luck ticket. Okay. Impossible to get around this obstacle. I mean, you know, don't worry about the fact that there's a little space kind of off to the corner there. It's impossible. Can't do it. Let's see what this other thing is. There's a luck ticket. Recovers a moderate amount of HP. Very nice. That is a consumable. Ah, I feel like I should note this down. Oh, 448. Then 287. Then C. We'll call that C in the middle there. It's either C or like a crescent moon. But yeah, we'll call that a C. There we go. Can I interact? Quite peculiar. Indeed. Be cool to get involved. Cyril, yeah, I like I said, if you're like kind of near-ish any major cities, I guess what I would do is I would start with what the that page, that guilds page mentioned, which is to say start with the Extra Life official Discord. A lot of the individual guilds will have like a guild specific Discord. The St. Louis guild for Extra Life in particular does have a Discord server, but it's pretty quiet usually. Usually around game day it gets a little bit more happening, and when people like host special events, you might get a little bit more traction, but it's fairly quiet generally speaking. I would imagine, because we're not like a huge metropolitan area. Chicago, New York, you know, LA, I'm sure some of those are probably a little bit more happening. But yeah, I would say, like, generally speaking, there should still be folks that are like, you know, keeping tabs on these things, and like there should still be administrators for those guilds that are still keeping up with things, and you know, being able to answer questions. Make video game music? That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. I mean, me selfishly, I love video game music, so yeah, I would say, like, you know, people of all persuasions would be welcome to participate when it comes to the Extra Life stuff. If I can be nosy, Cyril, can I ask if you have like a Bandcamp page you'd feel comfortable sharing? Because I love getting to check out, you know, music from people. I'm always hungry. I'm always hungry for new music to check out. Says I'm quite tangible for a phantasmagorical being. I guess he's talking to me, not the batter. Am I a person of flesh and blood? I guess I am. My fanciful soliloquizing. Soliloquy, but soliloquizing. First living being I have ever met in this place. Zone 0, I thought it was empty. Too obvious, I was mistaken. There's other zones. In those territories, you might find yourself subject to the violent attentions of hostile individuals. Would you like me to acquaint you with the art of violent confrontation? A combat tutorial? You fucking got it, baby. You fucking got it. Haven't uploaded your stuff. Yeah. If just whatever you're comfortable sharing. I'm not, you know, I don't want to put you on the spot. But if there's anything you would like to share, I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. I invite self-promotion. I invite self-promotion just in general, but especially when it's something like music, where I just very selfishly enjoy these things. I'm definitely down. Definitely down to see what you got. If you're comfortable with it. Weird plates on the right side of the screen. That's us. There we go. Batter up. We are the batter. 100 health, and 100 C. C is probably the, like, energy points or mana. So, your opponent is your humble servant. Place to the left, positioned appropriately for simple combat. Attack, defend, competence, and objects, not objectives. Attack just goes for the classic attack. Choose the word attack, and as it undulates before you, slay me with your bat. What if I don't want to hurt you? You seem like a nice guy. The judge. Good job. Dear sportive companion. Impact of your assault is determined by the level of both the batter and his opponent. Iron volition may result in the occasional critical strike. Teeth flying out in heaps, probably. You want to go again? Attack. Bam. Calls for you to slightly avoid the offensive moves. They might wish to purify you. Guard against such feeble attempts. Choose defend. Now, I'll defend this one. Defensive stance. Prove your mastery of defense. So I still took damage, but not as much. And again. Defensive stance. Callous, what's that word? Vicissitudes? Vicissitudes. I don't think I know that word. Oh, he's got the link. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Sir Rule. Perfect. And like I said, I selfishly look forward to looking through this. Got the Bandcamp. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I'll just save this off. I will return to this in the near future. And by near future, I mean probably when the stream ends, probably later tonight. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Cyril. I'm always down to check out, especially when, like, someone comes in and they mention they're an artist, they make videos, they, you know, this and that. If they make music, perfect. Because I'm a big music enjoyer, so I'm always down. And yeah, video game music in particular. I've been to MagFest for like a whole bunch of times. Been around OC Remix, like all that shit. I love it. I love video game music and video game inspired music. You can recover from grievous injuries. We of course found the lucky ticket. Competence allows you to use special talents. Objects means go into the inventory. Utilize an object. Take this lucky ticket. Okay, so we say objects, bam. And say lucky ticket. Looks like I have 4 of them. Use it on me. I got a lucky ticket. Impeccable. Mastery of battle borders on brilliancy. There's one thing. But what about competencies? What are competences? Special moves that trigger surprising effects. I would love to be surprised by these effects. Maybe an unusually powerful attack or a resurgence of health points. I like it all. Using a competence will incur some degree of competence cost. That's the C. It means competence cost. There you go. Or competence points, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, doing some scoring games. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that, Sterling. I'd love to hear more about the kinds of things you've been working on. I'm like I said, I'm always down to hear about these kinds of things. One of the many things I enjoyed about my trip to Japan is that there's a handful of Tower Records locations we found there. Tower Records, of course, used to be a thing in the States. I guess there's still maybe 1 or 2 somewhere probably in like California, you know, probably around LA or San Francisco, but not really in much of the rest of the world, really. But there were several in Japan, and specifically in Tokyo. We saw one in Shinjuku and one in Shibuya, and we stepped into both, and both of them had incredible collections of like video game and anime soundtracks in, you know, physical format, both vinyl and CD. Like, you know, here in the States, that kind of thing is very, very far and few to be found, far and few between to be found. Usually, like, if you're going for video game music, it's going to be digital only. But yeah, over in Japan, it's much more commonplace, at least, to find physical media for those things, which was delightful. It was like such a nice treat. So that was one of the standout moments for me, at least, was just perusing Tower Records. It's like I had to pull myself away. I could have been there for hours because it was just so cool seeing all these things. Soundtracks for games I'd known and loved for years. So that was incredible. That was really, really fantastic. Learning how to play the banjo, so trying to learn new instruments. That's exciting. It's exciting, yeah. I used to be a stringed instrument player. I used to play the cello, of all things. So I used to be a musician, is part of it. I say used to because I haven't played or taken lessons in like 15, 20 years. So it's been a minute because I'm old. But I still love music. I still love listening to it and an avid enjoyer of it and seeking it out. I love going to concerts, that kind of thing. Yeah, banjo's an interesting one. I've never tried to play it before, but I've heard that can be a tricky one to learn how to do. It's quite different from, you know, guitars and other stringed instruments as we're used to them. Want to visit Japan? Yeah, exactly. It was fantastic. We were there for 3 weeks. We were there for 3 weeks, and it was a delightful time. It was a delightful time. I would love to go back at some point. We got back just like 3 weeks ago. Well, probably about maybe 2 weeks and some change. It's fairly recent in my memory. It was pretty much throughout basically the month of July. We were gone for the most of the month of July. So yes, that means it's been 2 weeks and some change. So he says, wield these skills with, what's that word? Parsimony? Parsimony. This guy uses lots of flowery language. Some of these words, I'll confess, I do not know. But with competence costs exhausted, you'll find heavy assaults impossible to carry out. Makes sense. Mischance, you cross swords with a more than worthy opponent before recovering it. Victory will be uncertain at best. Choose competence and then run with courage, which they say is good against most specters. To brutalize your opponents. Brutalize, he said. Doing nothing. Competence. Run with courage. Cost 16 points. I run with courage. 42 damage. You've mastered not only this competence, but the very art of combat, he says. The other one is like scan, I suppose. Things moving out of our lives. That's pretty much how it happened. That's pretty much how it happened. So I graduated high school. I was going off to college. Like, I enjoy music, and I love, listening to it, and I love going to concerts. But yeah, playing it and studying it, I was like, I don't have the fire in my belly. I don't have the natural talent nor the fire in my belly to be a musician, so I just focused on my studies in college, and that was pretty much it. Want to go to an onsen? Yeah. We actually, that's one of the things we got to do, is we got to experience the onsen, or go into an onsen, rather. It was specifically, we stayed at a ryokan, which is kind of like Spirited Away, like the hotels and resorts that have onsens built into the buildings. And yeah, that was where we first got to experience an onsen. It was very cool. It's also very hot, like way hotter than a hot tub even. It was very, very hot, but it was still cool to experience. The nice thing is I've heard that there are onsen out there that allow that are okay with tattoos, but of course traditionally onsens are usually not okay with tattoos because of the cultural significance of what tattoos used to mean back in the day. Some of that's more relaxed now, but still, I do recognize that, yes, some places are still a little bit squeamish about that kind of thing. There's a cost to showing your steely resolve. Secret mission will depend on your mastery, of course. The confrontation ends when someone dies, when you or your opponents. Take care of your health if you're hoping to pursue a career in purification. Got some experience. Got some CR. I guess that's currency. Dispose the impure obstacles. You got it, man. Yeah, don't want to be limited on... Yeah, I totally get it. And yeah, the food is incredible. The food is incredible out there. At the ryokan we stayed, they did provide food to us. Part of the expense of staying there is that they provide, depending on the number of days you're there, they'll provide breakfast and dinner. Maybe I guess maybe a midday lunch as well. I guess we only stayed one night, so we weren't there for like the midday experience. But yeah, there for the evening and there for the morning. And yeah, the evening meal, the dinner meal was very extravagant, like a multi-course meal, lots of traditional Japanese fare, including Wagyu beef, which was really cool to experience, and the breakfast. Actually, we had a choice between like a traditional Japanese breakfast and a more Western-inspired, sort of Western fusion Japanese breakfast. We chose the latter, and in both cases, lots of very unique, very creative stuff. Some of which was like a little weird. Lots like some very unique. Uniquely pickled vegetables and of course, some raw fish implementations that might be a little weird to foreigners, but were still cool to experience. Of course, the beef was incredible. It had a nice pork cutlet as well that went with dinner. The desserts, of course, were incredible. The breakfast was really nice. A nice menagerie of like rolls and like various bread things, but also a nice Western style omelet, which was cool. Yeah, it was really cool. It was fantastic. And of course, the konbinis, the convenience stores having things like onigiri for less than $1, 100 yen, that's basically like 80 cents. So gas station sushi being incredible out there. Just the food was really spectacular. Lots of curry, lots of great curry options. Of course, lots of sushi, lots of noodle bowls, rice bowls. Yeah, it was spectacular. And of course, you can find pizza, you can find seafood. Well, of course, seafood. You can find Indian restaurants. You can find American fare. You can find a hamburger. It's not just Japanese food out there. It's kind of like here. You can find other themed restaurants or other of other persuasions. But yeah, the local stuff really was something special, and I miss it. I miss it every fucking day. As when you're having that for three weeks at a time, it gets ingrained in you after a while. As my intelligence is advanced, as my undeniable capacity for raining bat blows upon an innocent cat. I mean, listen, we were sparring. It's totally different. He says, do follow me if you would like my guidance a little while longer. I would like that. Climb the ladder. We're going in. What do we have here? I can't interact with these things just yet. Oh. Ah, I see. Maybe I should have talked to him first, but maybe what he was going to say was, you got to solve the puzzles first. Quite peculiar. But it's nice outside, probably. All right, so I'll talk to him now and say, like, all right, what is it that you want to say? Like, can I do everything for you? I'm not your father, after all. Some of these floating blocks, maybe even more than once. Solve this post-haste. So this might be the one. Actually, oh, maybe it's this. So we go 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8. 2, 3. There we go. I do still have the code written down from that one room we saw earlier. Got a baguette though. Well, I consider my Halloween costume for months in advance. Usually I'm kind of iffy when it comes to costumes and like Halloween costumes, or at least I was before I got married. So like, you know, back when I was a bachelor and or even when Gracie and I first started dating, like we wouldn't always like go to Halloween parties necessarily. Sometimes Halloween just consisted of just hanging out, handing out Halloween candy to kids, watching a scary movie or two, and that was it. We wouldn't always like go to Halloween parties or like do, you know, big events. Back when I was single and maybe was more inclined to go to like parties, that kind of thing, I would usually just kind of throw something together, you know, some kind of DIY, kind of shitty but enjoyable Halloween costume. Usually something nerdy, because if I was going to a party, it was probably amongst other nerds. So I would say somewhat off the cuff, but sometimes there'd be some planning, especially if there was a theme to the party or a theme to if there was like a group I was going with and we all wanted to do some kind of themed costume. Now that I'm married though, and Gracie and I go to every year we go to a Halloween party hosted by our friends Helen and Aaron. We do put a little bit more thought into our costumes, and this year we have already decided what our costume is going to be. We're going to be dressed up as two of the main characters from Dandadan, or I guess Dandadan, one of our favorite anime series. Gracie already has her costume, and she's in the process of crafting mine, which is exciting. So yeah, so I would say now that I'm married, and now that Gracie and I have like, you know, a reliable annual party to go to every year, we try to do like a little bit of planning at least a month or two in advance. But in this case, Gracie had like inspiration strike very suddenly about a week or so ago, and she started cooking immediately. So, and I was telling her, I was like, you know, there's no rush because it's not even September yet, so we got a while, you know, we're ahead of schedule here. But she's excited, so her enthusiasm makes me excited, like the fact that she's like running with that momentum. Eagerly awaited recompense, he says, which is to say he's hungry. Nom 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 nom. All right, so I have the code. I have the code written down. It was 448-287 and then C. So I'm gonna assume C is. Well, I guess I don't know. Would C be center maybe? Get around this obstacle. So let's try it. Let's try like what I think it might be. C might just mean try this one down here. So we'll try 4. If this is 4. So 2 4s. 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 2, 8, 7. There we go. Got it first try. Very nice. And so that's the way we want to go. Out of curiosity, where does this go? Oh, back here. Silver flesh? I don't know. Do I want this? It sounds a little weird. Moderate amount of CC. That's the competency points. Very good, very good. It's a good excuse to cosplay. Yeah, there was a period in time where I like started to get a little bit more into cosplay myself back when I was single. And part of it is that I had a couple friends who were big into cosplay. I had a couple of old college friends that started a cosplay company where they would take commissions and like handcraft cosplays for people, and like, you know, for conventions, that kind of thing. And they would do like competitions. They would travel around the country and do like compete in like cosplay competitions. Like there was a period of time where they took that really seriously. I think they still do it, but you know, a lot of us are older now and some of us have families, so I think for some of them that's cooled down a little bit. But yeah, there was a period of time where, like, because I was surrounded with people that were really into it, it made me get a little bit more into it myself. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, I was kind of more just on the casual side of things. But it was inspiring. It was inspiring seeing what these friends of mine were capable of with like really, really incredible, like professional tier kinds of craftsmanship. And Gracie, my wife, she's an artist. She's a graphic designer, and she's very crafty, very, very crafty with like construction material, you know, not construction materials, but like crafting materials and like these kinds of like hand building and crafted costumey things, crafty deals. She has a laser cutter and engraver that she uses for various parts, various like art things that she works on. Has one of those Cricut like little or think what I'd call it, like for paper crafting shenanigans. So yeah, so she's all about like handcrafting stuff, and she loves that kind of thing. In addition to the digital art that she works on. So yeah, that's inspiring to me, is seeing somebody like really good at that kind of thing in their element. Swansea, dude, mouthwash. I love that game. Fucking love that game. Holy moly. Get them jeans, get that yellow polo. You need the shoes though, bro. You need the really, really nice shoes. Because you know he's a sneakerhead, right? Or no, what's the word? Not when someone loves shoes, like collecting shoes. Anyway, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm sure you're all about it. Because yeah, get that yellow polo, got some jeans. And then you need like the deep resentment. You need the deep resentment like just fucking like buried underneath layers of like cynicism and general just like fucking curmudgeoniness. Yeah, sneaker. There we go. I knew Aaron would get me on that one. But the kicks are the hard part. I remember at one point when I was playing the game, I was like, man, his shoes are like very detailed. And at one point I was reading an interview with the developers, and they were saying, yes, Swansea, kind of behind the scenes, is a sneakerhead. I was like, oh damn, that explains why his shoes were so on point, dude. Oh my god. He's got the axe. There you go. He's got the axe. Yeah. No, for no reason. For anyone that's never played mouthwashing, I will not elaborate on these things. No elaboration necessary. But yeah, that's some good shit. So that's a good one, especially if like if it was possible, or like if there was anyone else that you knew that was going to be going to like one of these parties or one of these get-togethers. If there's someone else that could maybe dress as do we want to have somebody dressed as the main, whatever the main protagonist is? I can't remember his name. Well, protagonist. Anyway, I would say somebody dressed as Curly, but I don't know. That's a lot of bandages. That's a lot of bandages. That could be a little weird. Just have one eye popping out constantly. Yeah, you should play it, but watch it. I love mouthwashing. Incredible game. I want to play it again. Like, I know I won't get anything new out of it, but like, just such a cool experience. Incredible game. Yeah, we played it I guess it was last year when it came out. Amazing. It says, feast your eyes on this. It'll be so useful. My enlightened student and supportive friend. That's me. It's a cube floating in the air. There's probably something inside of it, though. Yes. It's the colors. The colors do pop out a little bit. Do not judge quickly. In spite of its questionable appearance, this red cube possesses an undeniable utility. Let me guess. There's something inside of it? Restores your health and confidence points. Okay. Saving your progress. Oh, it's a save point. Nice. Okay. And travel from one point to another. It's fast travel. Very nice. That is useful. Try for yourself to discover regions more populous than this deserted place. Open your wings, he says, and fly towards the zones. The only enemy is the fear that will grip you. I too travel widely across the zones. I'm certain we'll meet again. This is dangerous to go alone. Take this. This is the key that will grant you entry to Zone 1. Examine yourself and press C. The Leo card has been found. Bam, there it is. Zone 1, baby. Good shit. Going as Jimmy, yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. And like then somebody asks like, oh well, what's wrong with that character? And then it's like, listen, I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, there's certain aspects of that game where it's like cosplaying as this one character. It's like, oh, but then that means, oh god. Amazing. It's such a good game. And like, it's one of those where it sticks with you, man. It sticks with you. I was telling my wife about it. And I was like, that's one of many games I've played recently where like I will never shake it. That's gonna stick with me forever. No, it's gonna stick with me forever. I watched Parasite on the plane to Japan. On the plane ride to Japan, just because it was a long flight and they had in-flight movies. So, you know, looking at the selection of what United Airlines had, one of them was Parasite, and I watched it, and I loved it. But another one where it's like, damn, that shit's gonna stick with me. That's burrowed irrevocably inside of my brain now. Activate the cube, he says. You got it, bro. Health points and competency points restored. I will save. Please, save complete. Fine. And then, time to warp. Or return to the nothingness. Yes. An achievement for exiting Zone 0. Oh. World map? Question mark? Do I press question mark? Or they're saying this is the world map? Question mark. There's Zone 1. There's 0. And here's eventually 2 and 3. And maybe more beyond. I mean, it's just a one little corner of the map. There might be more where that came from. I do like how the world map is just slowly rising up. A little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't require a jumpsuit, a little bit more casual. And the map, or the map, sorry, I saw the word map. The axe, 3-letter word, right? The axe, you know, brings it up to like another category of not just some dude with a shirt and jeans, but like there's something special here. If you wanted to, there's a certain thing that occurs late in the game that you could recreate with makeup, you know, with like some kind of creative theatrical effects to make a certain event clear that has transpired if you wanted to. But again, no spoils. Analyze the OST. That's a good point. I you know, playing that game, there were a lot of moments where I was so gripped by what I was seeing. I don't know if I paid as much attention to the music, but I'm sure the soundtrack probably is available for purchase, like on Steam or something, or on maybe even on the Bandcamp page. Go ahead and save again. Save complete. Fine. So here we are in Zone 1, my friends. Zone 0 was all yellow and, well, maybe not sad, but yellow and barren. Zone 1 is green and has some people. Tramway 1 is convenient. Convenient way to travel. All regions of Zone 1. That's perfect. Kind of what I'm after. Select your destination. Do I go to Damien or nothing? How about this one? Looks like I have one choice and one choice alone. Here we go. Zone 1! Little ghost fellas next to the number 1. It's kind of fun. There's Damien, or that's the place we're in. So Tramway 1 is great. Tramway 2 hasn't run in a while. It looks a little, the dude's face looks a little bit like the Twitch default emotes. Kind of like the flat head, kind of rounded cheeks, little like, I guess they're ears in Twitch's case. Well, just vaguely reminiscent. Just vaguely reminiscent. Yeah, the Pony Express. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what kind of goddamn money does Pony Express throw around? Exactly. Yeah. And then you gotta practice your old man grumbling. It's a visitor. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing, Cyril. I love it. I love the idea. What's up, Elgaso? Elgaso, we're just talking about with Cyril. They are scheming on doing a mouth-washing cosplay, or Halloween costume rather, and they want to dress as Swansea, and we're kind of going back and forth on ideas on how to make that costume really pop. Without getting into spoilers. Now, granted, I played it on stream, but if there's anyone lurking or watching that that has not played mouth-washing and was not here for when we streamed it, this was last year. God, that game fucking rocks. Holy shit. Welcome to the smoke mines. You guys are mining smoke? What the fuck? Are you an inspector? I'm the banner. Also, I'm over 2 decades as junior. Yeah. I don't know if we get his like exact age, but yeah, he's in his 50s at least, probably. Now, the other question is, do you want to get like a young, or somebody to be dressed as a young, scrappy protege who's like very enthusiastic, a little bit dim-witted, but like they got heart and they got spunk and moxie. Somebody to dress as his understudy. It was just getting stuck in shit all the time, and is nervous around the axe for reasons I will not disclose. The impure spirits, he says. Yes. Are you some sort of prophet or a man of faith? Something like that. Who sent you? I'm being led by this omniscient creature known as Super Hobbit. I don't know him. He must be part of senior management. That's right. I'm the senior manager. Means they've approved our requests. I'll explain your assignment. Dude's just rolling with it. He's like, good enough. It's good enough for me. Are those cow tools? No, those are regular tools. You're in the smoke mines where we're trying to mine for smoke. Like, why would you want that? Going in the proud history of the smoke mines. There are times when I went, yeah, that makes it trickier. Understandable. It's like, in that case, it's like, all right, I need to abduct one of my non-gaming friends, force him to play this game, understand the context, or don't understand the context, and just be along for the ride, and just smile and nod whenever I make a reference that they don't understand. Unearth metal from the ground and freeing the trapped smoke. That's right. The valuable smoke that we need to extract from the mines. Put some of the smoke into bottles, which the Queen sends to other zones. The Queen, you say? The capital Q. Proper noun, Queen. The rest of it flows freely and forms the air that our lungs inhale. Oh, so you live off the smoke. All right, well, I don't know if I would be able to do so well in this lovely place. An essential element, the first of the 4 elements. Wonder what the other 3 are. Maybe there's one for each zone. Without smoke, people would have nothing to breathe. That's how that works. So here we are. Where are the impure spirits that I must purge? There are many specters in the mines. That's what we must purge. Getting more aggressive. Sounds like a job for a bada. Bada, but I hardly even know. Actually, no. No. Do not batter her. That's not that kind of batter. Not that kind of batter. No, not that kind. Please. Regulations forbid visitors from accessing the smoke mines. How do I become a regular then? Annex in the mines that no one ever visits. Someone went there a while ago, saw something strange. The leader of the specters. So go to the annex and kill the leader of the specters, and that will dissipate them. And do our jobs again. Any questions? Nope. Impeccable. Tunnel's right down there. I'll wait for you here. Okay, but first I'll explore. Kill the bad guy. Then we'll get back to work. That'd be great. I like your purple house. I'll be promoted. I get to do surveillance in Alma. Maybe that's zone 2. That sounds amazing. like yeah, Anya with the mask, or I can't remember the protege's name, but he had like kind of like shoulder length hair, I think. Right, exactly, yeah. Which I would have done played as Jimmy had I known, or if I wouldn't have known rather. Don't want to chop off the hair though, yeah. That's super long. Yeah, I know what you mean though. I know what you mean. Found another lucky ticket. That is of course a healing item. Very nice. And there we go. What's up, Jet? Speedrun is That's pretty good, Jet. That's pretty good. That's pretty impressive, honestly. That's pretty impressive. Beating off in 2 hours or less, man, oh man. That's an impressive speedrun, all right. Now, some of you might balk at that and might claim... Some of you might claim, oh, I can beat off way faster than that. Prove it. Send me a video of you beating... No, don't. I can't say it with a straight face. I can't invite these things that I might regret. Daisuke, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Cyril. That's right. Amazing. Amazing. It's good to see you, Jed. Appreciate you popping in, man. This game is pretty cool. I'm liking it so far. We're still kind of in the early stages. We passed the tutorial, prologue area. And it's charming Jumping Jack the Batter. He is not the leader of the Spectres. That's our cat friend, the Judge. I'm part of the problem. I understand, Jed, because I invite these things. Jed, what I want to say is you're the first person to make this joke all night. That would be a bald-faced lie. Bald-face? Bold-face? Both. It is bald and bold of me to make such a claim, because I've been joining in on these things as well. I'm just passing through. Because I love the pale and metallic smoke extracted from this place. I know where the one you take for an ectoplasm can be found. The leader of the specters. Is that the hula hoop that will take me to the specters? It's called a spherical add-on. I've tried to appropriate it, but the operation has failed repeatedly. Maybe you can bind the spiritual entity to your own, he says. So it's an add-on alpha. He said it was an add-on. I wasn't exactly sure what it entails. Yeah, bold-faced light. I think you're right. Bold-faced light makes more sense. Bald-faced, but I guess the implication that someone is like, you know, not putting on a mask. Like there's no facade. They're just like making a straight face, but they're lying. But yeah, bold-faced it kind of makes more sense, honestly. Maybe a lab coat. Oh, Rhythm Doc, that'd be kind of cool. I'm still perplexed by this thing. But it is a company use to make good use of it. The leader of the Spectres is not here. Other than the add-on, nothing else is here. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at this thing. That would be under... Oh, it's okay. It's a thing that fights with us, I guess. Saturated string. I thought it was an item at first. It's a low impact. Okay. Sort of place for which I have a particular affection. I'm curious if we could like talk with this entity, this little fella. I guess actually under wrong button. Under status maybe. So class father, add-on I, state pure, audacious symbol. Right, because I can equip things. Audacious symbol, nothing defensive. Audacious. Yeah, the audacity of this lad. Let's go back upstairs and talk with the guy and see if there's anything else we can advise on. Anything about the leader of the Spectres? Not yet. Oh, is it Baldface? Because again, I feel like Boldface makes more sense. It wasn't there. You're familiar with Rhythm Doctor? I've not played it. I feel like if it's a game I'm thinking it is, I've seen blips of it, but I've not actually played it myself. Enter the main gorges and find the leader of the fellas. Regulations prohibit it. Ah, yes. Paragraph 5. How can I forget? Primary mines are on the right. He's like, just don't tell anybody. Is this guy still waiting for his promotion? Yep. I can't wait for the day to arrive, he says. Anyway, I'll just stand in my green exterior, purple interior house. Our phantom's down there. But it's my break time, so it's okay. Are you one of the mine inspectors? That's me. Let's see if in these boxes have anything cool on them. Probably not. Nowhere to go but down. So down we go. You're okay, enjoying a nice tuna melt. That sounds nice and cozy. Gives you the emotions. Some games will do that. Mouth washing being one of them, of course. I'm trying to think if I've had any like really interesting feelsy games that I've played recently. Yeah, mouth washing was for sure one that'll stick with me. I know I started 10 Dead Doves earlier this year, and that's a weird one. That's a weird one. I want to go back to finish it eventually. Not exactly a huge priority, but it's at some point it'd be nice to go back and finish that one, just because we got pretty far, I think decently far into it. Man, that's such a weird one. I almost would need to like re-watch my video of it, my first video of it, to like familiarize myself with like the story and kind of like the weird things we've seen and the inexplicable nonsense that we have yet to understand in that game. Here to eliminate the bad guys. That's me. Found the pillar art for Zone 1. Oh, I see. It's around us now, because it was all black and like darkened earlier. So I wonder if the pillar art is significant in a way. Like if that will actually allow us to, like if that will have some kind of bearing. Lamps don't always work. Easy to get lost down here. Phantoms all over the place. Regulations prohibit visitors from the outside. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna just follow me on this one. What if I go back? What if now that I have the art, if that like somehow is burying? Because yes, there's ghosts in the art. What if that means there's ghosts, specters that we'll see here? Ah, shucks. Okay, I thought I was cooking. That's okay. Felt like I was going and saying, yeah, exactly, absolutely. One of my favorite things about when I played mouthwashing is that Grace and I went to Costco the night of, and wouldn't you fucking know it, one of the things we bought from Costco when we went there and played their mouthwashing was like a triple pack of Listerine mouthwash. And when there was the grand reveal where like you open up the boxes, what's inside? Oh, it's a bunch of mouthwash, hence the name. I was like, oh fuck, and I ran over to my bathroom and like grabbed the triple pack and just had it sitting in front of the webcam for the remainder of the stream. It's like, what are the odds that this would be relevant? I mean, I knew the name of the game, of course, but because you have no idea what that's going to entail. That was something where there was no way to prepare myself with what was coming. The voice of forgiveness, he says. Eliminate your wretched forms. Well, there's a lot of you. Might be a little bit outnumbered right now. Suffer my judgment. Alright, here we go. Myself and Alpha versus the dudes. So, restore some HP to an ally. Wide angle. Run with courage. Let's analyze some characteristics. Actually, fuck that. There's probably not much to analyze. Let's just attack first. Then you attack. Alright, so you don't have a lot of health. We don't have like any group attacks, I don't think. We're just gonna do kind of just rapid fire standard attacks. Just drop them off one by one. Common specters. If any of them were uncommon, then I would consider doing something different. I'm vibing to the music, by the way. It's nice. It's cozy. Actually, they've done more damage to the alpha fella. Adversaries purified. It's true. I neglected to do any like mouthwashing shots in honor of any of the characters. Nor did I pour any out for any of the homies that fell in combat. Add-on and fighting by my side. That's pretty cool. Purify more areas, and also Villa bricks don't allow you to return, but they do allow you to save. Very nice. And it auto refills everything, which is nice too. Auto refills your health and your competencies. The bowels of this facility. A baguette with butter. That sounds delicious. Sounds like a wonderful snacky. Done this way. A Joker. Is there a Toker and also a Midnight Smoker? When I see games like this and I see corridors like this, I'm expecting random encounters, but I don't think there are random encounters. I don't think it works that way. Oh, there it is. It's a revive. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. It's just to get in character, right? Yeah. If it would have been a dare drop thing, oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is random encounters. Painful wandering. I think each one of them has a thing. There we go. Spectrumite. These quandaries sure are painful. Okay, so he doesn't have enough to one-shot them. And they're fucking shred. These guys are fast. Oh, when you get hit, it like pauses for a little bit too. Pop him. Let's see if you can drop him. There we go. So just the one left. Alright, so I don't know if this was a random encounter or if that was like a predetermined thing. And they popped him when I just kind of happened to step on the right spot. I am going to go ahead and go back and save. Get the full heal, because that was a little bit spicy. Spicier than I was expecting. And I'll save too. Why the hell not? The amount of damage those guys are doing. Pretty rough. Yeah, if it would have been a dare drop challenge where I was like, oh yes, cosplay is one of the characters and get into character in some way, I still wouldn't have done it because yeah, it would make you sick. Still wouldn't do it. Belial's meat. What belies Belial's meat? Cures negative side effects like that. Hasty lead paint. Oh yes, yes. Who could forget? Yeah, do not drink the lead paint. Do not drink the mouthwash. Don't do it. All right, so yeah, I think there are random encounters then. You know, these guys can all be one-tapped. What does this one do? Special attack with low impact. All right, so yeah, that is also just a single target. If I were to... Oh, it's not enough to kill one of those guys. I don't think we were able to fully drop those guys earlier when we were using the alpha fella earlier. Probably like right on the cusp of being able to one-shot him. Being productive. I promise. I promise I'm being productive. Yes. Oh, that's very, very convincing. Yeah, there are random encounters. So the bowels is probably where we're going. Actually, maybe not. Maybe we can go up. Oh. Expecting it to exit me. Cheese out of the bag. Some mild cheddar. Nice and easy. Cheese straight from the bag versus baguette and butter. Going from the smoke mines? I sure did. It's full of specters. But I'm not a specter. Nor am I an inspector. Were you sent here by the queen or by Didan? You know how to fight them. Can you destroy them? That'd be great. There's specters in the big barns. Tell me about the big barns. Oh, he's gonna tell me about the big barns. Speaking of like lead paint and drinking mouthwash and other unpleasant things, Grace and I back in like October of last year learned that our the pipes not like under our house but like on the city side leading into our house were lead pipes. And of course by that point, you know, I'd been living here for like a year and a half. I'd been, you know, drinking the tap water just like, you know, just occasionally, just, you know, NBD. It's like, oh, I've been drinking that sweet lead water for some amount of time. And they of course told us this. It's like, all right, well, let's get like a, you know, filters for our tap water so we can drink filtered water, that kind of thing. That'll at least do it for the time being. And they were like, oh yeah, we'll be able to get the pipes changed out within the next few months. So it's like, okay, well, kind of annoying that that'll be happening in a few months, but whatever. We get something on the books, and then they call me up at one point. They're like, all right, well, turns out there's more houses in your neighborhood that have this problem than we thought, and we don't have the budget for all these houses, so we're gonna have to start this next year, and it'll be like in August. And I was like, oh fuck. So finally, like 2 weeks ago, they finished up the work on the outside lines to get the pipes changed out, and it was a fairly quick endeavor. It wasn't like super invasive, didn't take a super long time, and we only had like a couple hours of being without running water, so it was actually pretty easy. But like thinking about lead paint and things that you don't want to drink, it's like, fuck, man, this has been on, that's also been on my mind recently, because I'm glad that finally got finished. But the fact that it was like a weird instance where I'm glad they told us, but it was annoying to have to wait so long. The delicious lead water. Yeah, I mean, I have my annual physical with my doctor, and there was never any mention. We know they do the blood work, right? There was never any mention of things being elevated. There was never mention of things looking off, so it was probably okay. But, you know, the whole thing about people drinking water tainted with lead and how that over time can cause problems, so it's like, oh, fuck. But I'm glad it's fixed up now, and I'm glad that other houses in the neighborhood have also been fixed up, because, yeah, I don't want that to, like, manifest for years on end. Because like, even if, you know, you use like a filter for drinking the water, you know, you cook pasta, you use regular tap water, still you're being subjected to it. When you take a shower, it's your body's still absorbing these things, obviously, maybe not as much, but still, you know, these things that we're aware of. We're talking about the metal farmsteads of Pentel on the east side of Zone 1. $32 and a tank of gas in the town. Oh boy. Yeah, it's like, when the dude called me and he was describing this situation to me, it wasn't like, I couldn't be mad at him, because, like, he's just the messenger, right? Like, it's not his fault, but it's just like, oh my god, what a mess. What a fucking mess. But at least it's done now. At least it's done now. And of course, that was also on the backdrop of us doing the kitchen renovation. We had the kitchen renovation and dining room renovations earlier this year as well. So that was also kind of looming overhead while we were also planning for the Japan trip. So yeah, it's been an eventful year, needless to say, between renovations and delicious lead water and Japan trip. It's been a happening year, all right. So cut livestock in two and extract the metallic rocks from inside the carcasses. Oh, yeah. The tasty metallic rocks inside the cows. Maybe they're talking about bones. What do you do with all the meat? We just discard it because there's no metallic rocks in it. Nothing delicious. Low-grade metal is discarded. Forming the ground we walk on. Rust is purified and work to create objects. Low-grade metal. So, are you trying to say that, like, what exactly is metal to you guys? Because are we trying to say that, yes, all the, like, squishy cow guts and cow meat, you know, that's just, we throw in the ground, and that's why the ground is squishy when you walk on it. Or maybe the cows here are made of metal. Maybe I shouldn't be so hasty to judge. I shouldn't assume. Load it into crates and sent to the zones. So they can do stuff too, I guess. They get rocks in their stomachs. You know, I believe that. They have 4 of them. So the first of the 4 elements. Well, I thought smoke was the most noble of the 4 elements. Maybe each zone like argues which one is the most important. Like metal, smoke. We have nothing to walk in without metal. It would sink and drown. We can't have that. Specters in the big barns. Purify the mines first. Barns aren't that big, though. Take care of them fast. The Queen's Inspector is going to arrive at any moment. I'll do the barns first, I guess. Barns are over there. They're not big. Big barn is more of a nickname, really. Do it again. I go over to the circle and I press the button and a little fella jumped out. It kind of looked like an Undertale fella. The little dog fella. It looked a little bit like that. That was a one-time thing. That's probably the big barn. Impossible to get around this obstacle. Oh, or maybe this is the big barn. There's a lot of big barns. Balls. Heaps of worked metal. It's the other zones. They're metallic. Big metal balls. I'm gonna destroy the specters. They'll be here at any moment. Go into the save. Game has copious save points, which I appreciate. Not rocks, but still, yeah, still the general idea. Like this. Bezoar. Like the word, that's a word I've heard before. Gastrointestinal systems. Pseudo-bezoar. And they turn into like, oh wow, they get very smooth. Smoother than I was expecting. But I mean, I guess, you know, stomach acid and shit might just smooth them over as they pass through things. Sounds unpleasant. Sounds unpleasant. Would kidney stones be considered valuable to these guys? I mean, I would not desire them. I've never had kidney stones, but I've heard they're fucking awful. Pay close attention to the nutrition of the animals if you want high quality metal. Can I talk to the cows? Yes, cow, approach. He's not approaching. I'm gonna do the other building first, because this building is like where you want to go. That's the correct way. I like going the wrong way first. Let's go the wrong way. But first, yeah, it was a one-way. That was a one-time thing. One-time offer. Raining outside. Not in real life, but in the game. I'd rather work here than the smoke mines. We get fresh air here. But they love smoke over there. They say we need the smoke. But get attached to animals. It's difficult to put your hands inside. I mean, I don't want to put my hands inside the cows anyway. I guess if you're having to divide them in half, as they were describing earlier. Okay. Let us do this thing. Fish was a dope fish. Look up what dope fish is. Oh, this little guy. Yeah. From Quake, right? Yeah, that's kind of fun. It's pretty cool. It's not so. Cyril, sounds like you're pretty familiar with this game. Guessing you've probably already played it through. As I'm sure you probably realize this. You probably noticed this is my first time. 5 specters remain. I'm gonna get their asses. Starting with you first. It is kind of fascinating. I'm with you. This guy's like a little bit fancy. I'm gonna hit him with a competency. I'm gonna do the wide angle. Bat Spectre. Baneful ectoplasmic incarnation. Resist smoke, weak to metal. Perfect. Actually, competence. 3 damage. Nice. I'll hit him with. Oh, oops. Wait, oh, it's the alpha guy. Yeah, just do a regular attack. 21. You got a nice crit, I think, is what that was. Run with courage. 61 damage. He's fucking out of there. Level 2, baby. 35 currency. 4 specters remain. I'm seeking these guys out. Hasty. When I get his ass, he's gonna be tasty, because I'm gonna be eating him alive. Regular attacks. I was gonna say it won't take much to drop him. Never played it. Gotcha. Cockroaches have cocks, aka a pseudo penis. That does not terribly surprise me. I mean, they have to procreate somehow. Got a virus trying to download the OG. Yeah. I mean, the original's been around for a while. Chronic migraine. I don't like that. Oh, you first. Chronic migraine. So, it's called slowed down. Lethargic. So he's just causing a bunch of like status, like debuffs, I guess. What if the debuffs persist? They probably do, actually, now that I think about it. Yes. Oh, it says state pure. Maybe not. Yeah, of course the CC does not restore. Oh, crap. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like the health points do restore. I know I've taken damage prior to this. That's looking good. It's at 2 or left, so the last one's gonna be at the bottom. Don't get hasty. There we go. Yeah, the debuffs did go away. Confirmed. Junior Spectres. Can go ahead and drop this fool. Self-destruct. A little bit of damage, not too bad. So just to confirm, did we heal? We do not heal outside of combat. Okay. Good to know. It is cool to learn. It is. Finding strange and interesting things. Do a quick little cheeky heal. Unless leaving causes the guys to respawn if it's a Dark Souls situation. 1 Spectre remains. Now we got. I probably didn't need to. We probably could have just gone for it, but I'll be a good little boy and be responsible. Oh, it's one of these. Oh, okay, that's not too bad, actually. Could always hit it with the luck. That's right. Yeah, we got the luck tickets. Nothing else. So we're gonna do the run with courage. The big guy. Bam. Instantly drop him. And with these guys, I think they just do the debuffs, which are, I'm fairly sure, are temporary. If they do other stuff, then we'll talk. It's making things slow and annoying. Unless they bring, like, other things into the group, to the combat. Brought up cockroaches when having sex. Yep. Cockroaches having sex. Cockroach sex is an important subject. I mean, it's something that I wouldn't pretend to be an expert on. I still can't pretend to be an expert on it. Born has been purified. Not too shabby. Teleport back to the entrance. Not just yet. Anything else cool here? Just fun, just pushing the rocks around. Just like any like hidden secrets, probably not. Back to the barn. Did I do good? Oh, there's the inspector. learn about this game around the time when the when the game first came out. Cause that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I'd only heard about it kind of like just every once in a while somebody would mention it as like usually under the guise of the game that inspired Undertale or one of the games that inspired Undertale. But no, I definitely never heard of it around the time when it came out. So like that's the kind of thing. I guess it's like akin to games like Space Funeral. Some of those more kind of oddball, weirdo games from like the, I guess, mid to late 2000s, back when like indie games were starting to pop off a little bit more, and if you knew where to look, if you knew like kind of the right places, there were some like very unique indie gaming experiences to enjoy back then, and of course games like this being free. Well, not this edition. I got the Steam one right here, but yeah, like the original version of this game was free. You little shits. This is the inspector, right? How long has he been in there? Don't know anything. He's gonna cleanse the specters. Can he actually do it? He thinks he's better than you and the queen? You're smarter than the rest, but you're all the same. Erase that guy. Nobody but an officer of the queen can fight the ghosts. 2008, yeah. It was in French. Oh, there was a fan translation in 2013. Very nice. I didn't realize that, although that explains why the developer on social media, most of the posts are in French. Kind of figured there was something to that. It's cool there's a fan translation for it, though. I'm assuming what we're playing right now is like a more or less official localization, but those kinds of fan translations, like that always makes me smile when the community looks around and says, like, you know what, we can do this ourselves. We can handle it. We don't gotta wait for an official localization. It's gonna destroy the ghosts. I could have done it. You don't deserve it. Solve your own problems. This is a nice person. Going back to Alma. Or at least polite. Get out of my sight. Nice person. So charming. Alright, good talk. Oh, Off and Danganronpa, and of course Homestuck. Yeah, if we're talking about like 2008, 2009 energy, yeah, we have to talk about Danganronpa and we have to talk about Homestuck. Neither of which were things I engaged with. I never played any of the Danganronpa games. I never read Homestuck. I had a college buddy who went real deep into that rabbit hole, and he liked it for what it was. I don't think he ever like fully immersed himself in the fandom necessarily, but was amused by things he found, and I think the general consensus is that like there was a period of time where like the writing for Homestuck was really spectacular and like was exciting, but yeah, it seems like most folks that were like in the trenches back in those days will tell you that yeah, it did kind of fall apart after a while, but still there was a peak, there was peak Homestuck at one point, which is wild to think about, honestly. Internet fandoms and Tumblr. You know, this of course was around the time where Twitter and Facebook were starting to gain more traction and starting to pop off more. But yeah, that was a special moment in time. Yeah, not super deep, but still involved enough. Yeah, like I remember talking about conventions earlier. 2000, yeah, I would say 2008 to like 2012, 2013. So very frequently, you go to a convention, you see people with like they got their skin grayed and they got the little horns. And the shirts with the certain designs, like you see them everywhere, man. The Homestuck folks, and I, as a from the outside looking in individual, I still enjoyed it. I still thought it was cool just seeing it. I didn't understand the references, I didn't understand the jokes, but I just thought it was neat. And of course, Homestuck was pivotal in also contributing to what would like the stuff that would eventually kind of formulate and swirl into Undertale, because because the guy that did a bunch of the music, those are the guys that did a bunch of music for Undertale. Unless it was also Toby Fox. I know Toby Fox did the game, but anyway, yeah, like Megalovania was like something involved with Homestuck before it became an Undertale song, which is cool. Got into Danganronpa, yeah, not as into it necessarily. I feel like there was like a missed opportunity for me, at least, because I think I would have liked it. And I like to think it's not too late for me now. I think I could go back and enjoy it. But yeah. Yeah, that's one that was definitely a sign of the times for sure. Yeah, I think you're right, Cyril. I want to say that Toby did both the game programming and also the music. Of course, the music for Undertale is just incredible. You're alive? What the heck? Spectres are out of there. Must be very lucky, or I'm just fucking awesome. That was Dedan, the Queen's Inspector. Or is he the Spectre? He wouldn't employ a Spectre, but he's evil. I must destroy him. And he was mean to you. He's an envoy of the Queen. Go deal with the smoke mines first, please. He's going to Alma anyway. Need authorization. Go to smoke mines first. You got it. Moseying on. If there's anybody else. Nope. Nothing there. You guys just chilling? Or just chilling? Go back down here. Descend back down. Now that's open, but that's probably the right way. Once again, I love going the wrong way first. Let's go down this way. You guys have leveled up since then, so we're probably... There's a door. Locked from the inside. It's a big door, too. Anime BS tolerance. I enjoy anime. I don't know if my anime BS tolerance is all that great necessarily, but I do enjoy anime. I think there's a certain kind of person that balks a little bit at like certain anime tropes. I don't know if I necessarily have that, but I do enjoy anime. High highs and low lows. Yeah, isn't that the same for Homestuck though? According to what I've heard, at least. So I think that's something I'm not necessarily opposed to. So we've already been there. I think we've pretty much seen all there is to see here. We'll go the correct way next. That's a dead end. Yeah. Yeah, I can appreciate when something like that, a video game series or a show or really any piece of media is like not always consistently great. Like I get it. That's just how it goes. Sometimes that's how it goes. Like sometimes that's what makes it like so exciting. Is like the high highs make it worth it, and they make the unbearableness of the low lows. Like you have to like just kind of muscle through it. That's just how it goes sometimes. Yeah. You never clean yourselves up. Speaking of which, it's getting dark now. Dark and spooky. More silver flesh. The battle music. The battle music is delightful. I love the battle music. It's very fun. The overworld music, like that we're hearing right now, is cool too. These guys. We got One-Eyed Spectre, Magnolia, and Magnolia. So I will like get things going here. Of course, we can heal. It actually gives a preview of how much it'll heal. I'll hold off a little bit on that. Takes to drop one of these guys, but yeah, I might need to do a heal in a little bit. Oh, big crit energy, nice. Like migraine, I can handle it. Demonic socket to me. That does a pretty good heal. First time healing to our homie. Get his ass. Experience, got some currency stuff. This one. 2 luck tickets. And from there, keep heading right. A ghost! These are the annoying guys we saw earlier. We'll probably have to heal ourselves. Because these guys love to stun lock. I mean, not stun lock, but they love to stun. Heal myself. Annoying. Drop. I was gonna say, I think they're not that healthy necessarily. In fact, I could probably just do standard attack. Oops. Brutal. heal you up as well. We need to kill more of them. Okay, not quite enough to drop them, though. Oh my god, the crits. So quick. These quandaries are so painful. Oh, I should have attacked the other one. I might just burn a ticket. Actually, I might not need to. Drop that one. He's out of there. Those guys are brutal. Level 3. Expected bracket. A bracket or bracelet? When you heal, when you level up, you fully heal. That's actually kind of nice. Brackets, poison, and also but minimal impact. Low impact, minimal impact. I'm guessing when they say impact, they mean like not a huge amount of damage. We're getting low on the CCs. Oh, unless that was the main goal, but I don't think that's the case. Go back. Open up, I wonder? Probably not. We killed a bunch of things inside. Maybe there was probably another pathway I missed then. Oop. Got the dudes. If these guys will be able to, if Alpha is able to drop. Not yet. They've leveled up a number of times. I don't know if the batter's leveled up before. No, Alpha's leveled up a handful of times. It shows we're gaining experience. Oh, okay, no, we have. I just haven't noticed it then. Let's see. Can I use? Oh shit. Go and heal myself. Yes. And that's okay. That exited here, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, there's probably just something else I missed then. It gets dark, kind of gradually. That thing. I hadn't checked the door, or like the end of the hallway necessarily. Oh, there was a left path. I didn't try that. And what I might find myself needing to do at some point is actually use some of our consumables. I usually try to like avoid using consumables until it's like boss battle time. But at the same time, like this is why we have them. The game expects us to make use of these things. Like stubbornly hope I'll stumble into a healing thingy. Switch. It is off now. Whether that is good or not remains to be determined. Ooh, big boys. So we'll use some fancy abilities. Oh, except we're out of those things. So I will use. We have 9 of these things. Use that on myself. Attacks inflicting poison. And poisoned. Bet you feel really silly now, don't you? $69, nice. I'll do the special attack against you. Nice. Summoned a fella. Which makes everything very annoying. Now, does that mean it's going to be a crit, I wonder? When it glows orange like that. We're both critting? Pretty damn sick. But he's going to crit, but they can't crit that special attack, so they do nothing. Yeah, there's like a little line that appears, like an orange line that appears when a crit is like guaranteed to happen. Well, I don't know if it's guaranteed, but like, I guess at least more likely. Oh, wait, that's... I went left earlier. This. Abaddon's meat. What is the Schmied? Fully restores health and CC out of combat. Nice. Health and competency points. Ooh, very nice. Found the right path. Your call is very important to us. Stuff restored. We're ready for whatever scary shit fuckery awaits. Characters are starting to pile up, aren't they? Look at this unfortunate lad's face. His portrait doesn't quite match the blank facade we see standing before us. Wiggle wiggles, the kind of like automated things I hear a lot are when I'm like joining a WebEx call or like a Microsoft Teams call for work. So like when I'm hearing the automated stuff, it's usually not like yes, your call is very important to us, or like, you know, press 1 for English. Usually the kinds of things I hear are like, the host has not yet started the meeting, or if you're the host, press *6. Those kinds of things. That's what's like drilled into my brain from years of hearing those kinds of things. And not so much at my current job, but at my old job. And when I say old job, I mean I worked there 10 years ago. There was like a 20-second loop of the same song. It was always the same fucking song that would play when you were on hold for like a meeting starting, or a meeting that had not yet started. It was like the same like 20-second loop, and then the same pre-recorded message that would say like, your meeting will be starting soon, and then same damn loop. It was it was like kind of cool. It was like a little acoustic guitar kind of jazzy song, but yeah, you would just that's that 20-second loop. I think I would recognize if I heard it. It's even though I only worked there for like 5 years, it's still ingrained in me for sure. The average player isn't asking for all this complicated, tedious dialogue. Action and fewer questions. I don't mind the dialogue. It's kind of nice. This is Zachary, traditional items merchant, necessary in every video game. I will always show up before you get there. I'm not one of those protagonists you have to listen to for hours. The color of your credits, he says. Show me the monies. Characters are piling up, he says. Does he mean characters as in like the people we're learning about in-game, or the characters, which is to say that there's a lot of dialogue, a lot of individual characters in these strings of dialogue. Analyzes enemy characteristics. There's the bat, of course. There's the audacious symbol. Some defensive equipment. So I have 680. This costs 120. Looks like both the homies can wear it. Nicholas tunic, defensive equipment for the batter specifically. I will buy one. Okay. And one for you. And then the defensive equipment one. I mean, I should be able to afford 2 of them. So I'll go ahead and do 1 for you and 1 for you. We're as defended as possible. If I wanted to, I could sell unwanted things, but I think I want to hang on to these. I want to hang on to them for now. And it looked like it had already equipped them for me. Yep. Aura of Justice, Nicholas tunic. Radius epidermis. Very nice. Yeah, the spikiness, exactly. Like spiky with the orange text. Use wide angle on a wild turn. Ooh, good to know. Thank you, Stroll. That's a good point. That's a good point. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I noticed that like it would highlight the orange with like the spiky dialogue or the spiky aesthetic would it would do that regardless of which thing I was selecting. So I guess you could critically defend, like take even less damage, or critically use a competency to like be extra competent. So yeah, that actually sounds kind of cool. So like seeing like the extreme version of certain abilities. I'm gonna go for the heal and the save. Might as well, because there's gonna be some bullshit waiting us. Elevator. What and how and where did you come from? From the smoke mines. The lamps don't even work in there. Faith guides my steps. And in our character portrait, our guy's like so smug. He doesn't even open his eyes, doesn't even look at the guy. I'm purifying the mines. Ghosts are numerous here. What is this place? I'll tell you all about it, he says. Do I play tabletop RPGs? Not super often. I'm in one D&D campaign right now. And actually, when I say a D&D, it's actually not D&D, it's Cyberpunk. It's Cyberpunk Red. I use D&D as like a shorthand for tabletop. But yeah, I usually have like basically one at a time, generally one tabletop campaign going at a time. But the tricky thing is that the group I play with meets somewhat infrequently. It's like the guy that DMs our games lives like an hour and a half away, and he comes back to visit family pretty often, usually maybe once a month. So that's usually when we try to squeeze in our games. But you know, scheduling snafus still come up. We're all grown-ups. We all have jobs and family stuff and obligations. So so we haven't played in a I want to say 2 or 3 months. Although it sounds like we might be able to play in a few weeks. So yeah, I've played Shadowrun, I've played Pathfinder, I've played Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition and 3.5, and a couple odds and ends. But I'm not like a hardcore tabletop guy, but I enjoy tabletop. Lancer campaign. I've heard about Lancer. I know nothing about the system, but I've heard people like talk about it online. I hope you're liking it. But yeah, when the DM gets busy, yeah, like I said, when our DM is you know, of course, like I said, he like lives and works like an hour and some change away. It's not impossible, but yeah, you know, it's when he's making the drive to visit family, and of course when he's in town, it's, you know, he wants to hang out with family, wants to visit with other friends. So trying to squeeze in time for like a few hours, you know, to play with us. Of course, that also means he has to do all the prep work, or on his end at least, to prepare for the session. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I do recognize that. So I never take it personally whenever we have to reschedule. You know, just got to be patient. But it's just nice to get to play with them because it's a fun group. And they're most of the people in that group are people I've known for a long time now, which is nice. I played some D&D back in the day, yeah. No, I've yet to play 5th edition, or 4th edition for that matter. I've only played 3rd edition and 3.5, and Pathfinder 1st edition. But playing Shadowrun and Shadowrun was cool, and Cyberpunk Red is cool. Doing the non-fantasy, more sci-fi stuff is also quite enjoyable. This is the Shachiata Plastic Administration. Are we gonna say that plastic is the first of the noble elements, the first and most important of the elements? We love to fill out forms, then we pack them and tie them up in a string and forward them to the couriers. Okay, they tie them up in strings. Cute. Injected yourself into a wall of a building, but survive for now. That's impressive. That's not always how it goes, as we all know. Doing bold moves in a TTRPG can lead to disaster. But that's part of the fun. Like, everyone has like those wild ass stories of like the kinds of goofy ass antics that happen in D&D. One of my favorites was years ago in a different group, but same DM, where we're like fighting a dragon on an airship, and the dragon gets low enough health where he tries to escape, and our barbarian like leaps off the airship and like tries to grapple with him in midair and succeeds, but like, you know, there was a bunch of rolls. There was a lot of like trying to calculate based on their what their terminal velocity would be, and how high in the air they would be, how many rounds they have of combat, how he's gonna stick the landing, like just that kind of shit. Like, those are the things that stick with you forever. So shipments full of plastic, because we love plastic, right? And let me guess, there's a plastic mine we must cleanse, or a plastic. Well, let's see. There's smoke mines and there were metal barns. So we'll say plastic silos or plastic gardens, maybe. Ah, delicious liquid plastic to form our lakes and oceans. And then solid plastic. Yes, we love that too. There has to be a 4th element we'll learn about. The first of the 4 elements. Yes. Each purveyor swears up and down that theirs is the first and most important. Without plastic, people would just keep walking and never stop. We can't have that. Grunt inspectors. Purifying the zones. I know where they come from. From the Postal Service. Of course, of course. Makes so much sense. Nobody can remember what floor the Postal Service is on. Sounds like a job for me. Oh, all right, well, didn't realize there was gonna be that many. Ground floor. And then we'll check the roof. The reception area. Cool. Yep. I don't think I need to write these down. Yeah, they're probably just gonna be yammering numbers at me. Probably gonna have to write these down. Very good, very good. Yes, yes, yes. All very helpful. All very helpful. Like, I realize there's a... Oh, actually, maybe this is the game's way of saving me. I was gonna say, do I need to, like, talk to everybody? I literally can't get to those guys, so that's the game's way of saving me, I think, for myself. Would take about the same amount of time, but still, it's the principle of the matter. Yeah, so they don't have anything for me. I had to see. I had to find out. Now we're outside. S. Maybe it's 5. Probably S, I guess. Very tall building. And this is the tramway. The general office, but the home, his real home is Alma. Oh, the general, not the queen, but the general. What's your destination? We can go to lots of places. It's kind of nice. Let's go to the roof. Go to the roof and see if there's anything else we can figure out with this. Oh shit. I chose a random one. Yeah, this is just a random floor. I think I know the answer. Like, oh my god, like, this is a lot to talk to. Yeah, let's just talk to these guys. The stationary dudes. Yeah, even they just goop. Excuse me. There we go. Whenever I see somebody standing still by themselves, it's like, oh, maybe. Let's try that again. I did a misinput. There we go. To the roof. I thought there was a dog at first. Nope, it's kitty cat. Decidedly unavoidable. Maybe he's even being followed. This place could use the sacred blows of your holy bat. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. That's why I'm here. It would take a minute to go through literally, like, well, not literally 100,000, but 99,999 floors. Maybe I can provide you with advice. I would love some advice. Open your ears wide and listen. Okay. One of the 4 rooms constituting the ground floor, the employees seem to have been trained under the most particular directives. So, lowercase over uppercase. So check the ground floor. He said he wouldn't repeat himself. Check the ground floor. Consider the lowercase. Oh. So, okay, so stamp is lowercase. Lower S. Yes, capital F, lowercase s. That is the same as well. That's the same. Is there a particular person? To the lowercase. Looking for, like, all letters being lowercase. And of course, this one is a weird one. I can't really get through there, so I assume that's okay. Unless you can, like, get around... Yeah, nothing else. I'm not gonna lie. Seems to be all samesies, unless there's, like, one dude that does something special. Like, everything is lowercase. Nothing jumps out at me. Yes. Significance to that. Is most likely... Oh, well, there's no space in the higher floors. There's a lot of floors. Go back. I could check the roof again. Pretty sure he's just gonna say the same thing. And it looks like not. Okay, yeah. He warned us he was gonna repeat it. Ground floor. Check the ground floor and watch for lowercase shenanigans. Is the arrangement of the tables significant at all? There's 6 tables there. There's 5 tables here. There. 5 there. Not sure if that's significant at all. I like watch for, like, is there like a shape in the, like, the way they're standing or facing? Is that significant? What's the number the numbers are saying? So the forms and the stamps. 616. Okay, so they're not all saying the same one. Anybody else say that one? 65616. Does anybody else say that? No. And I can talk to you. 584. 2584. Alright, so that's pretty consistent. Maybe that's the key. When you see them all saying the same thing. There's a couple things to consider then. So let's note that these guys all say the same thing. These guys all say different things. Yeah. Top right all says different things. 9285. Yeah, these guys. All right, so the bottom one is significant then. Probably what we're looking for. The next question is, which number do I input? Do I input 2584? Do I input 10258? Maybe, I mean, maybe it's a 5-digit number. Maybe it's not. Maybe you add the numbers together. Let's do. You said consider the lowercase one. Let's do the second one first then. So 10258. That it? Seems like it. Postal Service, we found it. No one here? I bet there's someone here. Some specter. See stairs and a treasure chest of some kind. A bunch of stuff in the way. I want to move this stuff, please. I want to get the stuff out of the way. Maybe we can find like a crane or something or some kind. Oh, hello. I'm the batter. Where are the phantoms? I'm afraid. Says help me. Oh dear God. No kidding. Oh, got fucking lasers. Mandatory orders. Is that what that said? I'm gonna just do the run with courage. Not a ton of damage. Poison his ass. That was much more effective. Poison. That's right. Block out. Always out. Okay. Feeling better? Maybe it's a suit that's can take control of his brain, he says. Strange, yeah, just a little bit strange. 1,258 and a half the floor. What's this? Something strange written on the form. First version, they lie 6 feet under, surrounded by hot metal and liquid plastic. Okay. I guess I'll write this down. This comes up again. So, first version. 6 feet under, surrounded by hot metal and liquid plastic. Very good, very interesting. A little incomprehensible, but that's part of the fun. See stairs there, however. Oh, random encounter. And this is burnt. Yeah, it's like, is it like his head has been removed? Is it, he has just an exceptionally long neck? It's hard to say. I don't think it's like a boss battle. Like, he's a little bit spicier than some of the other guys we fought, though. Luck ticket received, very nice. Second version. I'll make a note. Second version. 8. Long beards. Watch from high silver spheres. Not sure what that means, but all right. I'm noting these things. I do want to go over here because I want to get the stuff. Another burnt fella. Attack a couple times. He'll do one thing. Standard attack, and then he's out of there. You're out. Because we're a baseball guy, that's why. And these guys are yielding luck tickets, which is nice. I don't necessarily have to be that squeamish with my use of healing items. An extra aura of justice. So if I needed to, we could have just held off on buying those things, and I could have found them organically. Otherwise, it means more money. We could just sell it, so it's fine. I wondered that. I wondered if it would be more worth my while to use one of these things. Except Run with Courage didn't do much to the dude earlier. Right angle, employee, poor health. Just plastic, weak to smoke. Not necessarily a Spectre. Just got a crit ready for the next one. Oh, I should've. Oh, I thought that was the other guy. Poison, then let's do this one. Just okay. Then he poked me. Have to drop him. Decent bit of experience. Another lock ticket. Our guy's getting a little bit. Actually, both of them are getting low, so I'm going to heal us both. And then there's the stairs. This is the 0.67, so we're getting there. I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be one more floor, and it's gonna be like 0.99 or something. This is third version. I'll make a note. Making a note here. Huge success. Single big insect. Mandibles spit meat. Not split meat. Spit meat. Interesting. 2 sets of stairs. Oh, who are these guys? These fellers. Tibursay? Little fellers, little duendes. Their attacks are not that scary, but they are going in on shenanigans. Let's have us both defend. I should be doing this more often. But it's clear they're doing some crit shenanigans. Even with the defense. That still hurt quite a bit. slipped. He slurped something. Yeah, negative 10 CC. Damage. Have to drop him? Not quite. Pop him, but we're gonna use some of the special stuff on this next guy. Right now, that's a little bit better. That's of course over. That's way overkill. That's way overkill. I have the PP Small song stuck in my head. Oh, is that the one in the Discord that someone posted in the Discord? Batter's Furious Home Run. Very nice. That's the one I think it is. Actually, Alpha's doing okay. Yeah, Alpha's doing fine. 4th version. Four. Each one assigned to an element. Protecting respective crystals. That's something to consider too, like the name of the area. Maybe like the name of the area and like what they are loyal to. That might be something we'll have to kind of remember at some point in the near future. 0.75, okay. Slow, arduous progress up the floors. You know, we probably need that note. God damn it. It was going to be a coin flip which one we were going to want. To go up, that is. And a whole bunch of these guys. I'm curious what this new one is. Low impact. Still a... Let's do the wide angle. Bad intentions. Flying... They're a ghoul. Possess meat, weak to plastic, unable to detect type. Unless it's a ghoul. Oh, supposedly it's something that would be Spectre-esque, maybe? Poisoned. Alpha's ready for a crit. This one on you. Good damage, good damage. Poison's hurting him real good. I'm gonna heal this guy. Gonna do a crit on him. So he just always slurped his competency points. That's rude. Let's say really either one. Prop him, yeah. They're both nearing the end. Poison seems to last a good long while. Finish him. Ah, the lasers. Adversaries have been purged. Purified, even. We go the opposite direction. There's a note in there that I suspect I'll probably need. It's usually how games like this go. There's a 5th version. God damn. Version. Okay. 5. 5, like, number of fingers. Lungs produce smoke. Primordial smoke, even. I have no idea what these notes will entail, or like what their significance is, if any. It might be a red herring, hard to say, but I'm trying to be prepared regardless. Special attack with low impact. Furious Home Run. Not enough to kill in one shot, but still pretty good damage. Let's hope that'd be enough to get his ass. Do a big crit. I'm gonna do a big shenanigans. It was advised we check the wide angle thing. Let's check with this guy, because now we have like... Oh, we see his health. That's kind of cool. It said it was unable to determine the type earlier. Unable to detect type. Yeah, that is still pretty cool, though. So it gets you more details. Oh, God. Alpha's almost dead. Oh, fuck. I just noticed. Gives you a lucky ticket. I'll also do a save first based on you, because yeah, you're getting slapped around pretty bad. They really love you. Just do a standard attack. It should be enough to drop him. And then another furious home run on you. Bam! One shot his ass. All the crits happening, man. Bam. Still not enough. Bam, there it is. Level up. Converted string. I wonder if alpha is some sort of like gag from the developers or developer if it was a single person project. When I hear terms like converted string and the guy's name is alpha, something in like alphanumeric characters converting from to or from C string, something along those lines. He's like just a circle, but his name is add-on, or his title, I guess, is add-on with the square brackets with I as the iterator. Like there's some like tomfoolery happening here with how this person is named. It's not just there's like some sort of like in joke happening, I suspect. So here we go, last one. Some soft scramble. That sounds nice. Leftover rice, dude. That sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. I depending on what time zone that's in, that could either be a nice late night snack or a nice breakfast, honestly. I love me some scrambled eggs. That's my favorite form of egg. The last version. There are two. I'll say there are but two. Secret zone. So mysterious. Access to the secret elevator. Can't do it. Did I say secret? But I must pass. Can't do it. Let's see, have the code. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's take a look at our notes. Time is just a human construct used to measure when events taking place. So 6 feet under is what they say. The first version we'll assume is 6. And the next one they say 8 long beards. They say single big insect. Then for the fourth version they say 4 assigned to elements. And then for the fifth one they say 5 like the fingers on the hand, lungs produce smoke. And then the last one is there are but 2. That is exactly correct. Oh. Sorry, you still can't pass. I don't want to die. Oh, all right. We've been fighting like these like burnt out employees this whole time. I guess that, yeah, burnt out employees maybe. Or just sad. Overworked. Underappreciated. Not good, not satisfactory benefits. Just how it goes, man. I'm going to Alma. Fuck this man. He'll be nice there. Oh, is he dead? I hope I didn't kill him. He's just doing his job. Probably. The director's office. Oh my. And save my stuff, restore my stuff as well, and out we go. Yes, yes, of course this person's in cahoots with the ghosties. Nobody could have seen that coming. Oh, never mind. No, I guess he is killing the ghosties. Killing them very quickly, too. You. The source of my troubles. Ectoplasmic lord who set his goddamn sights on my beloved zone. Why are you being a pain in my ass? You're corrupting this place with your pathetic ghost. He thinks I brought the ghosts. I'm not a phantom. I'm a purifier. Cleansing these dudes. Make this simple. Get out of here and take your goddamn specters. I see you again, you're dead. He teleports away. Cramwell will now go to Alma. Sounds like we must seek this person out. In the weird director's office at the top, in the middle of the building with like pools in the on the sides. Little weird, little weird. Back to the ground floor. Go to ground floor. Sure. Very good. All right, thanks, office dudes, for helping me out. Inadvertently. Medium heat on a coil stove, lots of butter. I mean, lots of butter is how you do it, man. Lots of butter was definitely implied. I was hoping there would be lots of butter. We've been to Damien. I'm guessing Elston is another one of the places we've already been to. Alma, of course, is where we want to go. Wait, did I choose the wrong one? Time is convenient, yes. I definitely recognize some of these. Yeah, Pintel. Metro stations are named for the important people from the past. Ah, okay. So it's like, oh, this is like the other side of that area, I think. Oh, it's because they have the metals in them, right? Is that why they're colored differently? And to extract everything from the carcass, you slice it into pieces and... Oh, you eat the meat. Okay, so this isn't going to waste. Not my dream job. Maybe I'll be transferred. It's half of a cow. Oh, it's been cut in half. Oh, okay, they cut it down the... like vertically down the middle. Okay, all right. Not one to judge. A little weird. And now this thing's open. Okay. Can I talk to the cow? I cannot talk to the cow. A liquid, little butter shenanigans. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. And that's the place we just came from, I think. Milk is the Western default. I don't know if I've ever had milk with my eggs. I'm lactose intolerant, so I usually avoid the milk. I mean, I could do a little bit of butter. That wouldn't kill me, but... And milk won't kill me. It's just unpleasant. Unpleasant for my tum-tums. Let's see what Damien is. Mirren is a good idea. I've never heard of Mirren. Bifurcated. That's a fun word. That's a fun word. Did I do good? Find the leader of the Spectres. Okay, so we haven't done that yet, is what he's saying. We've done other cool things. Okay. Let's head to Alma. That's the only place left. Talk about food at gross times. There's nothing gross happening right now, so I invite it. Let's do Alma. I don't know, usually when I'm like scrambling an egg, I usually just like, I either use butter or like just the spray on stuff in a pinch, and that usually does it. And that's just to get the pan going, obviously. I know some folks will do cheese. You know, they'll like spritz in some cheese with the scrambled eggs. That probably would help, but again, I usually try to minimize my dairy intake if I can help it. Japanese cooking wine. Oh, I have seen that. Yes, that does make sense. Oh, with the cow being chopped in half. It's a little weird. It's not that grotesque. Like, it wasn't that detailed, at least. So, yes, a closer look. Oh, wow. They weren't kidding about close looks. There, don't want to go. It is getting kind of late. I might go to the next save point, because it is getting kind of late here. So, not sure what things I need to make note of here. Hopefully specific. I always want to get like the top view. This one for February, March, and then June. 11, 18, and 3. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. All the 3s on the June one. I'm good for now. And allowed. Right. Let me guess. It's a password. But yeah, you blend it in with the scramble. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Answer some questions. Two of them come from Jerusalem, and was Orta the other one? 8. 19. That one. One or more answers was wrong. Oh boy. How's about this? It's getting late enough, and I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to a save point. It's like, do I want to like grind this out. I want to. Well, I wouldn't grind it out, but I would have to take a lot. I would have to take a lot of notes from the posters. I'd have to take a lot of notes from the posters, and then actually, I guess in all fairness, well, actually, when was the last time I saved? I know where save point is. It was when we first arrived. I'll just go to those. But no, I'm kind of seeing where that's going. It's like before I do a bunch of alt tabbing to write a bunch of things down and do all that jazz. I think we'll just go ahead and call it here. That's where the save point is. Perfect. I just want to save. When we pick up in this game next time, not necessarily next time I stream, but just the next time I do stream this game, we'll pick up here. And of course we'll know right where to go. So to go back to Alma, or let's see, yeah, it was Alma. Go back to Alma, and then won't be able to get very far otherwise. But we know to talk with that guy, and but beforehand, investigate those posters. This game is very interesting, and I'm glad we started it. I definitely would like to play more of it. I'm assuming it's probably not a crazy long game. Yes, all jokes about beating off her. No, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be super long. So probably a few streams at most to knock it out. But no, it's cool. I'm liking it so far. It's got that weird kind of irreverent quality that I was hoping to see. I can see how something like this would has presumably inspired tons of other games with a similar presentation style. Obviously, Undertale and Deltarune are big ones, but I like it. I like that it's weird and quirky in ways that are both unique and novel, but also strangely familiar. Because we were talking earlier about late 2000s internet, 2008 internet, and video games and Tumblr, and it kind of has that energy to it, which is cool. So I like it. We'll definitely play more of it. Probably not going to play more of it this week specifically. I've got other games on the schedule for this week. In fact, I was debating whether or not to play Echoes of the End tonight or Off tonight. Of course, we played Off tonight. And I'm actually going to do a couple switcheroos because Echoes of the End has a big patch dropping on Thursday that apparently fixes some of the issues people are having. Technical issues, better performance, I think a couple of quality of life changes. So I'm probably going to do Echoes of the End on Thursday and then start MechWarrior 5 tomorrow if I'm able to stream. And I should be able to. I should be able to stream tomorrow. If, of course, there's any major changes, I'll post in the Discord server, in the schedule channel in particular, to let folks know. But I think what I'll probably do is I'll start MechWarrior 5 tomorrow, and then switch that out with Echoes of the End, which I'll play on Thursday instead. Why am I playing MechWarriors 5? So we played MechWarrior 3 and 4 on stream years ago. And by years ago, I think I mean I think it was pre-pandemic. I think it was 2019. It's been a while. And I love those games. I love MechWarrior 3 in particular. I absolutely love that game. And I haven't played MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries specifically. That's the original one that came out a few years ago. It was the first single-player MechWarrior game to come out in 15, 18 years, something ridiculous like that. And I have a review key for MechWarrior 5 Clans, but I haven't played Mercenaries first, so I'm going to play Mercenaries first. I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat it before the Clans deadline hits, so I'm going to play as much as I can of MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. So we'll see. We'll see, what kind of damage we can do, but we'll play it at least a little bit this week and probably some next week. That'll be fun. And then most likely no stream Friday and probably no stream Saturday either. Friday I'll have some stuff in the evening that might go kind of late, and then Saturday I most certainly won't be home until late. Doing a couple events with friends. Saturday in particular might be kind of a late one, so probably no stream either of those days. But then we got Sunday. Sunday we should be good. Sunday, more co-op games with Shake and Alias and Krath. Shake, of course, did his enormous 32-hour marathon stream on Sunday. Hopefully he's recovered. Hopefully he's doing all right. The stream was fun. I had a fun time getting to watch his stream and playing games with him in the evening hours. But I remember those days of doing the marathon streams, so I wouldn't blame him if he needed more time to recover. But this was fun. This was a fun time. I was going to make carbonara while they were doing that puzzle and mouthwashing. Yeah. It's one of those where it's when you're the one playing the game and you're fully immersed in it, then yeah, I understand. If I was playing the game, I wouldn't really want to do really anything involving food while doing that puzzle. But if I'm watching it, it's not so much an issue because I can put my phone down. I can, I can multitask. I can do all this stuff. I can just kind of listen in. So yeah, I know what you mean. That's a visceral moment for sure. That's a visceral moment. It's like I'm doing it though. Yeah, Cyril says I'm fucking doing it though. I love it, man. Yeah, that game is so good. Mouthwash is a really one of a kind experience. And I'm glad the game has been received as well as it has. Sometimes games like that fly under the radar. I'm glad that one has like people know about it and it's been reviewed a lot on Steam. In fact, if I go to Steam real quick, like I think a number of like noteworthy people have streamed the game, so that didn't hurt. Obviously, yeah, it's got 21,000 reviews, overwhelmingly positive on Steam. So deserved, so deserved. So I'm glad that game did well. I'm glad that it got lots of worthy attention. Kind of makes me curious to try their other games. How Fish is Made, I guess, is the one they have on Steam. Yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, let's find a raid target. Go and wrap it up for the night. Thank you for hanging out with us. Cyril, it was nice getting to hang out with you. It's always nice when you get a new chatter pops in. It's always nice getting to talk shop, talk video games, talk music. I love it. Appreciate you sharing the card info with us. And like I said, you got the Bandcamp on there. I'll be checking that out tonight. So I appreciate that a whole bunch, my friend. And let's see who's live right now. We can find a raid target, I'm sure. Like I said, I should be back tomorrow. Should be back tomorrow. If there's any major or even, well, yeah, any major change to the schedule, or if I have to postpone anything, I'll make sure to post in the Discord server. If anyone's just dying to know, the Discord server, the link to it is in that Linktree page right there. It's got all the goods. We're doing some giveaways this Sunday, probably. I think we'll probably do the giveaways this Sunday. We'll have several keys of Dead Zone Rogue to give away. Really cool game I've played a decent bit over the past couple of months. Played it a few days ago. It's still really good. The newest patch is great. It recently hit its 1.0 release, so they got that. They've exited early access. They're in that full release experience, which is exciting. And yeah, so we'll be playing. I mean, I'll probably stream more of that at some point in the future. We never did get very far into the final zone in that game, Zone 3. But yeah, good stuff though. That game is a lot of fun. And I'm excited to have so many giveaway keys to disperse for that game. We of course had we got the game through Daredrop, and we got the giveaway keys also through Daredrop, which is great. That's really cool. That happened with Darktide as well. Warhammer 40k Darktide. We gave away like 15 keys for that game because of the Daredrop stuff. I mean, it's nice when you get 1-2 keys here and there as giveaways, but when you get like a whole bundle of them, it's very exciting. So I'm excited for that. And anybody can participate in that raffle. The giveaways, the raffles. The raffle is open. Anybody can join it. And like I said, we'll actually roll the giveaways this Sunday. So you don't have to be present. Like I'll do the giveaways I'll roll the names on Sunday, but you don't have to be present when the names are drawn to claim the prize. I'll just DM the winners. It's that simple. And all the instructions for joining in the giveaway can be found in the Discord server. So it's under the giveaway channels. It's that simple. Otherwise, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, Facebook, Trovo, fucking Mastodon, Blue Sky. We're on all those places. I multi-stream to YouTube and to Facebook and Twitch and a few places. But as you can guess, Twitch is the main one. So I had to recommend one thing. I'd recommend checking me out there. But I'm happy to have folks in any capacity. Out of curiosity, is anybody playing this game right now? Streaming this game right now? There were folks earlier streaming this game. There's one person. Actually, there's a few folks. This person's doing a BRB. This other person has like 100 views. Let's check out this person. Let's see, does it say like what times on the right? I recognize that Japanese amulet that their VTube model is wearing. It's the kind of thing that you see in the Shinto shrines that we saw in Tokyo. Doesn't say what time zone they're in necessarily. They've been streaming for 5 hours. I'm assuming they are probably going for a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and raid this person. Says you might get spoiled though on things. Yeah, it's probably one of those things where I'll pop in and I'll raid them, but I might just listen. I don't know if I'll like watch too much of the stream. We'll go and raid them. Their name is oh my god, their name is Comfy Thighs. That's good. That's good. The name is Comfy Thighs. I'm gonna unmute the game real quick, or the stream, and listen to see if they have like the ending stream cadence. There's a chance they might be ending their stream. They're standing still, like they're like in the game.
So bad if it wasn't. Yeah, it very much just looks like Power Fantasy hell.
I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna raid them. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. People aren't saying goodbye in the chat, so it's probably okay. It's probably fine. So let's go ahead and raid. Let's go ahead and raid Comfy Thighs. They're playing this game, this exact game as we're seeing it here. They've been live for 5 hours, so yeah, I think Cyril is probably right. They're probably further than I am, which is fine. And let me make sure there was no one else. Potentially, just in the off chance that this person is wrapping up, and I'd feel awfully silly if they did. But no, I think they should be okay. Probably fine. Yeah. So let's go ahead and raid Comfy Thighs. The screen name makes me happy. Go and raid this person. Yeah, I think they're going for a bit. All right, that is gonna do it, my friends. Thanks again for hanging out with us. Thanks again for hanging out. And we'll be back tomorrow with more games. Looking forward to some Mech Warrior. I do love me some Mech Warrior. I love me some giant robots. I've never played BattleTech, either the PC game or the tabletop system. And I've only played Mech Warriors 3 and 4. I've never played 1 and 2. And I don't know if I would necessarily. I like retro games, but those might be maybe a little bit further back from my particular tastes. But I enjoyed 3, and I really enjoyed 3, and I also liked 4. I'll be like curious to try out a new Mech Warrior game. I remember when that game was announced, and I was excited because we haven't had a single player Mech Warrior game in a long time. So I have high hopes that I'll enjoy it. It's probably not going to be as cool as the old ones that I remember, that I'm nostalgic for, but I'll still have a good time. That's good enough for me. You guys have a great night. Thanks again for hanging out. Appreciate you popping and hanging out with us. Cyril, you guys have a good night. See ya.
So what are we doing later tonight, huh?
We could go back to